Hello, everybody, and welcome to JBC Presents Conversations with Others. I'm your host, Jeffrey Boyer Chapman. I wanted to create a space to hold thought-provoking, inspirational, fun-loving, deeply soulful, and at times, hilariously irreverent conversations with some of the best and brightest public figures of our lifetime who celebrate themselves and dance in the margins of otherness. And most importantly, a space to find that common ground between each and every one of us on the planet. Episode 1 with Empire's Jussie Smollett and Episode 2 with your very own Michelle Visage are available now. Be sure to listen and subscribe right after this episode of What's the Tea?
So let the music raise your glass, let's make a toast. Friends forever, silent gold. Back together like it was before. Stronger than ever and there ain't no more to say.
We have our special guest. Emma Bunton is here. You know,
Hello.
It's been 21 years.
I know. How incredible.
21 years since
the time that we met?
From the time that we met.
And we had that wonderful picture.
Yes.
All the Spice Girls and you. And it was just, it was a special time.
It was a special, someone once a month retweets that picture over and over again.
Yep. But I think because it was so early, we all looked like, what is going on?
Yeah, it must have been like 7 a.m. or something.
It's morning radio. You girls were doing the tour.
Yep.
Of all the radio stations, and we got you.
And that was the beginning. Well, it was sort of the
97?
beginning. I think it was 96.
Yeah, probably around that time. It would have been,
because that was the beginning of the whole Spice Girls explosion. Yes. Can you remember what that was like for you? I mean, you were just a child.
I do. Because I was so young, and I'd actually never travelled before out of the UK. I mean, my holidays would be in the UK, so to travel over to America and spend time here was like a dream. And I just remember, stepping off the plane, kind of, this wide-eyed, mouth-open young girl thinking this is it. And it was amazing because I had my girls with me as well. We were such close mates.
Yeah.
We were friends. We looked after each other. We were like a little family because I was very homesick. I missed my family.
Really?
I'm so close to them.
Yeah.
So the traveling was the one thing that was the hardest part. But it was the beginning of what became obviously girl power and the Spice Girls and living it. It was amazing.
But now I do know this, I think, and I should know this, but you guys were a production deal, correct? Put together. It's not like you all five knew each other and hung out since you were kids.
No, actually, yes. So there was an audition in a newspaper, which actually I didn't go to. I wasn't part of that. So the other girls went to an audition in a newspaper and they sang for a management company at the time. Mm-hmm. And then...
Is it Simon Fuller?
No, this was before Simon Fuller, yeah. And so the girls all were put together in a band and they lived in a house. And one of the girls wanted to go back to university. Mm-hmm. So they were looking for another girl. And I was at college at the time and I had a singing teacher there who just said, look, there's this group together and they need another girl. Do you want to go and audition? So I was like the last person to join. And then that was it. We kind of just
luck.
It was pure luck. I mean, I remember meeting the girls at the train station and kind of going, I'm here. And Joey would not stop looking at her. She kept staring at me. She was driving and she was staring at me through the window. I was like, just drive, put your eyes on the road, But
did she say why she was staring at you?
Bless her. She says, and I asked her why, and she said because I was so blonde. I was very white, and kind of she just said she knew from then that we were all going to gel.
Yeah.
So
and I was kind of obsessed with Emma because she is Valerie Perrine.
Yes.
Perrine's doppelganger.
Yes.
So when I saw her, it was an instant connection because Valerie Perrine, American actress, is so loved.
Yes.
Growing up in the 70s,
she was in the 70s. She was in Lenny and Me with Dustin Hoffman in 74, and she was in Fahrenheit 451, whatever that was.
And TV shows, I want to say like Love American Style or one of them.
But she was famous for Superman in 1980. She played Lex Luthor's,
yes.
and then of course. Or was that?
Oh 70? My goodness! Yeah,
do you know
she was in
is?
"Can't Stop the Music," which is.
Yes, that was a hit for us. Anyway,
have people said that about you?
They do. Yes. And the weird thing is about a while ago, I went for an audition for Lex Luthor's wife in Superman Returns.
Yeah.
And I got down to I went to the home of the director, and it was quite a big opportunity. And so that was weird though, because I was going for that part, which
Wow.
was
It
bizarre.
is weird.
Wow.
But maybe not so weird.
I know.
No, again, it's life is about being able to recognize those moments that you described of, this.
Just showing a picture.
Oh, there's a picture of Valerie Perrine right there.
I mean, she's not as young as Emma, but you can see it.
Oh yeah, it's.
I mean,
it's
you have to be
perfect.
able to see
I
it.
do.
Yeah.
Totally.
Gorgeous, yeah.
I'm very flattered with that.
Yeah,
She's
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now, okay, since the group was put together by a production company, do they own the name The Spice Girls, or do you guys collectively own the name?
No, that all came a long time after. We were only with that management company for, a couple of months. And then we realized it wasn't the right place for us. They were very sweet guys, but they didn't really know what kind of was happening. And we felt like we could do it on our own. So we went off and we rehearsed and we wrote songs and we came up with the name Spice Girls. And so that all happened in between managers, actually. And that's when we went to Simon Fuller. We already had our first album written.
Yeah.
We already were the Spice Girls. We already knew that, we wanted to kind of really be, bigger personalities of ourselves.
Sure.
We knew we didn't want to kind of dress in the same clothes. Because at one point, we were caricatures. But I think one manager, our first manager, right at the beginning was like, oh, you should all wear the same clothes. You should all put, T-shirts and jeans on and be kind of cool. And we were like, no, we want to be ourselves. And that was really important to us. So when we went to Simon Fuller, we were already kind of the Spice Girls, individual characters, and just it was.
But how did that
amazing.
happen? How did you come up with the Spice Girls? It's not something that like when you think about a name, that's not
because we were so different. It was just we were different spices, and each spice added something to the cooking pot, as we called it, and it just made it tasty.
Yeah. And, Simon Fuller was known for managing some of the top acts in England for years, around the world, really. The Bananarama. I called him the Bananarama. Yeah. And so many acts. Were there acts like that you grew up loving? Were there girl groups that you grew up loving?
I loved Bananarama.
Yeah.
So funny you say that, because they were actually my first concert that I ever went to.
Really?
It was the time where my mum dropped me off and I was allowed to go in with my girlfriend and scream and shout and I knew all the songs to Bananarama.
What's your favorite Bananarama song?
Venus. And there's the whole album for me was
the Wow album?
Yeah, that was my childhood, really. And so they were my first concert, and I love them to bits. I also loved a band called Bros, which was two brothers.
Sure, yeah.
And
they didn't make it over here, but they were huge over there.
Bros. They were called Bros.
I can't say
Like
it correctly.
bros?
Yeah, it's like bros.
Okay.
It's like bros, but they say it bros.
Yeah, because they were two brothers. So and they were so handsome and just beautiful boys. And so they were another
Goss. Is something Goss?
Matt Goss and Luke Goss.
Yes.
So they were kind of posters on my wall kind of guys. I love those as well.
Right.
But I mean, all girl bands for me, the Supremes. My mum, I was brought up with Motown music.
Sure.
So they were a big influence. That was a big influence in my home.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so now, going into this deal with, was it 19 Management?
Yes. Yes.
Was there anybody who said, okay, you know what, kiddo, you got to look out for this, you got to look out for that, don't do this, and definitely do this? Was there anybody in your lives who could tell you those things?
We had as I said before, we had my parents hugely in my life. And also the five of us were so connected before we went to 19 Management anyway. We knew that, okay, we wanted a management who was brilliant, and Simon Fuller obviously was incredible, and he could kind of take us to heights that we wanted to go. We wanted to travel a lot.
There was no bigger.
There
was no bigger for that.
Yeah, he was brilliant. And we wanted to travel as well. So we knew that was really important for us. We knew that before. And we knew that we had to have outside lawyers and outside.
Each of you had your own team of lawyers?
No, we had one that
collectively,
but that was outside of our management.
Sure.
So, and I think we all just talked a lot. The five of us would talk a lot. So even though we had Simon was brilliant, and we really trusted him, but we also took a lot on ourselves, and luckily we learned a lot along the way.
Yeah.
So that was really important.
You came with the name.
Yeah.
Does that mean you retained the name and you were able to have it?
Yeah,
And
the five of us. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
brilliant!
Brilliant.
That's
Yeah.
great. So now, who introduced you guys to Richard Stannard? Am I saying it correctly?
Yeah, Richard Biff.
Yeah.
We call him Biff. Yeah. Well, we knew him actually years before. We also worked with Elliot Kennedy before we met Simon Fuller. And so that's why we started writing the whole album. And I mean, we were 5 young girls who literally would go, listen, can you do this as a favor? Because I promise you, when we make it, this will really, be a good thing.
Yeah.
So we had, I think we just had this energy that people wanted to work with us, wanted to have a part of that, fun and kind of excitement. And so we kind of practically wrote most of our first album before we went to
And
Simon.
Richard Stannard
yes.
is the co-writer of all of the first big hits. Is that correct?
Most of them, yeah. And Rich and Elliot Kennedy and another team called Absolute. They were two guys who were brilliant producers, yeah. But I mean, we lyrically wrote everything and most of the melodies, and the guys did a lot of the production.
Oh my goodness!
And you all still listen. We couldn't last more than a year and a half.
Your girl group,
Yeah,
the Seduction.
The Seduction lost a member 6 months in. The fact that you girls, you go on and off with touring, whatever's happening, whatever, because personal lives take hold.
Sure.
You have kids, shit happens.
Yeah.
We know that, we see it publicly what's going on. But the fact that you all still talk and you're all still friends is remarkable.
Yeah. It's nice, I think. Because we went through such an amazing time and it happened all so quickly.
Really did.
I mean, it was really fast.
Yeah.
There is a connection there that you can't really talk to anyone else about.
Right.
So when we need that moment, and it was, 20 years ago now, 21 years ago, and we have all moved on and we've all got children now and we all try new things. And, I might not have spoken to one of the girls for months, but there's always something that, we have a little connection with, and that's really important. Whether it's a text or an email or a hi or, we adore each other.
Was there always one that you rolled your eyes because you knew what was going to happen?
What do you mean?
One that always had, there was always one that had drama all the time.
It's like, but what's the food going to be like? Or what do you mean?
Whatever it is, there's always one in the group, whether it's your friends, no matter who it is, there's always one that you roll your eyes because you know what's going to come. You love that person, it's not going to change, but you know that there's that one person that's always got something. And you don't have to name who, but was there one that you collectively
I think actually individually we all had our own drama.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's one, one or two. But again, because we went on to have, children now, and that was always a priority for all of us, which we all talked about at the time as well, which is quite, I would say, I don't know if that's something that happens in I think because you're so dead. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yes, I did. I knew that.
We all have children. I think that was just part of what we wanted to do.
Now, of course, the curse of girl groups is that personalities always take over, and that's why most girl groups don't last that long.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Jerry left, I think, after 2.5 years, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I know the reason she left. I don't know.
If she knows
is there
the
a reason?
I'm sure she knows the reason, and we have talked about it, because I think my thing with her, and we had this discussion just the other day. In fact, we've been texting today, but because we're so close now, she lives really close to me. I love being around her. Our children hang out, so she's amazing. She loves to cook. She, I said to her at that time, it was like my sister kind of going, right, I don't want to do this, and just leaving and not explaining, and it was a very hard time. And but she's a water under the bridge. She wanted to do something else, and she felt that something wasn't right for her. But I mean, she'd have to tell you that herself.
How many years did it take for her to come back?
Oh my goodness! So when did we do the next tour? So it was a while, but we've talked in that time. You know, over the years, we all individually spoke to her, and then we all kind of got together.
And if
but
you don't follow her on Instagram, you must follow her on Instagram. She's very funny.
We're going to take a break real quick, but before we do, we got Emma Bunton here from the Spice Girls.
Do you say Bunton or do you say Bunton?
I want to say Bunton, but our producer Tom he keeps saying Bunton.
Bunton.
Well,
Bunton.
Brits would say Bunton, but we're Americans.
I want to say Button.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to go to a break, but I want to talk about, you've got this new show here in America called Boy Band.
Yes.
You know, I wonder, what would you tell someone, a kid, say a girl, let's say you.
Yeah.
What would you tell the you from 22 years ago, the first thing you should know about getting into a group with other people to start a music career?
Okay, I would say first it's all about respect. You have to have respect for each other to move on in a girl band, because I think, you know, you kind of have to leave egos at the door, because you're not always going to be the lead singer. Yeah. You're not always going to be the one up front. Yeah. So if you can deal with that and have respect for the others, I think it works a treat. I feel that's what's, you know, kept our sanity anyway. Yeah. Having family, knowing the business, knowing what you're signing, all those kind of things are really important.
Yes. All right, we've got Emma Bunton with us, and we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back.
Emma Bunton. You
know, therapy is a lifesaver. I got to tell you, it is just one of the greatest things ever. And I'm sure since the beginning of time, since after they discovered fire, the next thing they discovered was by talking to another human being around that fire, or however.
Therapist.
Yes. You can improve your life because you don't want to carry around all of that meshuggah.
And you don't have to.
You don't have to. No.
Not only do you not want to, you don't have to. Yeah. And a lot of people can sit here that listen to us and go, right, guys, how are we supposed to be able to afford therapy? Well, with Talkspace, not only can you will, because it's affordable. It's an online therapy community that lets you message, like with your phone, hello, just message a licensed therapist from anywhere at any time. All you need is an internet connection or the Talkspace mobile app. You know, like you can do it on your computer.
Sure.
Or you can do it on your phone. That means you can improve your mental health even if you've had trouble making it to a therapist in the past or thought that you can't afford it. Your turn to pick it up.
Yeah. Can't afford it. I'm sorry I drifted off. Even if you can't afford it. And yes, you can afford it.
Yes.
Because this is something that you need. Every human alive needs to be able to talk to someone to just unburden yourself.
Yes.
And these are people who can really help you.
Get something off your chest whenever you need to. It doesn't always have to be deep and like dredging up the past. Look, if you want to, that's actually great. It'll help you get further in life. But some days you just want to talk about everyday challenges at work or at home. Kids driving you crazy. Your significant other driving you crazy. Chat about life. There's no extra commutes, no leaving the office, and no judgments. The Talkspace platform is over 2,000 licensed therapists that are just waiting there to help you. They're experienced in addressing life challenges that we all face. So to match with a perfect therapist for a fraction of the price. And guys, if you join and you're not happy with your therapist, you can keep going till you get the one that's right for you.
Yeah.
Don't think you have to settle. So to match a perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com/Ru and use the offer code RU to get $30 off your first month. It's Talkspace.com, offer code RU.
Squarespace is the place to go where if you need your website made the way you want it done by yourself with no hassles, that's the place you go, is Squarespace. It is the easiest thing in the world, Michelle.
Yeah, Squarespace has been our friend for a long time.
Long time.
And we believe in Squarespace.
Yeah.
You can make a gorgeous website in minutes using their beautiful templates. They have lots of templates to choose from. And of course, their drag and drop platform.
Drag and drop.
Yes, bitch. Drag and depth drop platform. We love it. And so will you. You guys, you've been complaining about having to deal with all these webmasters and all these things. You don't have to deal with any of it. Not with Squarespace. When you're ready to purchase that plan, get 10% off with the offer code RU. That's squarespace.com, offer code RU.
We are back with Emma Bunton from the TV show Boy Band, which is a huge success here in America, and of course the Spice Girls. You know, when you think back on those 21 years ago when we all met for the first time at that radio station, it was a whirlwind. What are the standout moments? Was it meeting, Prince Charles or traveling on, a Learjet or getting your first royalty check. What were the touchstone moments that you remember?
Of course, there are many. Getting your first royalty check is always nice. I think I bought my first ever car, and it was a very small car, but it was amazing to be able to. But I think the main things that stand out is obviously traveling, being able to kind of bring my family over to America that we'd never done before. Also, Madison Square Gardens was honestly standout for me. I remember being backstage and just kind of hyperventilating, thinking we are at Madison Square Gardens. And Wembley, of course. And also the Olympics. I would say, I spoke to Mel C the other day, who's sporty, but we spoke, and I would say that was probably one of our favorite moments of all time.
Just the one a few years ago. You mean the one? Yes.
The Olympics. Because you're there, you're kind of representing your country. You know how many millions of people are watching. It's a frightening moment.
2012?
And we got back together, and it was just for this one huge time, and we rehearsed as well, and we'd all had our children by then, so all the kids came to the rehearsals and watched mummies rehearsing, and it was really, really special. And it was the last time we performed together, and I just it kind of makes me very emotional thinking about it, because it was really special for all of us. And I just remember looking at them while we were on our taxis, which was frightening,
scary,
very, very scary and very frightening, but thinking, oh my goodness, this is a moment. This is such a special moment.
And there's been talk of another tour. Is it the 25th anniversary or something like that? Is that actually real?
So no, it's the 20. It was our 20th anniversary last year.
Yeah,
and Jerry, myself, and Mel B, and Mel C at the time, we thought about maybe it would be great to do something. Our fans have been so supportive.
Yes.
You just can't, we just can't ignore that. They've just been behind us every step of the way. Now they still, on social media, they're amazing. They come and still visit us, whatever we do. They've just been incredible. So we thought it would be a lovely thing to do. We couldn't make it work at the time. And we feel for that, and we tried our hardest, but it just didn't kind of work out. And so who knows if that will be a possibility again. I think we're all trying, we're all doing our own things now.
Sure, yeah.
So that is what we're concentrating on
Emma's
right now.
a radio host now.
Emma is really?
She is.
Yeah, I do a breakfast show in London now on radio, which I love.
Yeah.
You're on Heart.
I'm on Heart, and it's a nice kind of, it's very different because I get to see behind the scenes as well. So that's been, incredible.
It's my favorite station over there, by
Heart
the way.
is.
Yeah, sorry, BBC One.
They play pop music.
BBC One's your Z100. They're more like what we were on KTU. They play pop music, but they play dance music. They play all different. They're cooler than BBC One.
We play a real variety of music, old and new.
You'd love it.
That's why I love it, because we play the Jacksons, or all types of music, and that's what really intrigued me.
Now, speaking of which, when one of the albums was what's it called, Spice Girls Forever, with Rodney Jerkins and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. What was that album called?
That was called Forever.
It was called Forever.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis?
They were amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been a huge Janet Jackson fan,
Yes.
and of course that's where I knew them from. But as soon as you kind of getting a studio with creative guys like that, it is so inspiring. And I loved writing with them because, again, lyrically we write everything, and but they were very inspiring and they were supportive, and we learned a lot being.
Did you guys go to Minneapolis, or did they come to you?
They came to us. They came to London.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was going to miss a chance to go to London.
Yeah, right. And then, of course, Rodney Jerkins did the other half of that album.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was another guy who just, their team is quite incredible. And the vocal arrangement guy. I felt in awe when I was in the studio with those guys, because there's just so much happening. It happens quite fast.
Yeah.
But again, I learned so much from them, and we did a lot in Miami, and also they came to LA.
Yeah.
So came to London. So it was another amazing experience.
Now, tell me about the movie Spice World. Who directed that?
Oh my goodness! Now you really
No, it's a famous director.
It is,
Michelle's going to
it is.
look. It's a famous director who did that.
No, I know this is gonna because he's gonna kill me.
No,
Mr. Bean. Just kidding.
No, but everybody was in it. Wasn't Mr. Bean in it?
Yes,
too?
he was. Wasn't everybody in it?
Everybody was in that movie.
Everyone was in that.
How long
was
did it take to film
amazing.
that?
It took a long time. But what I do remember of that film was that we were also recording our second album.
Yeah.
So while we were filming some of the scenes, we were also in, what do you call it? Like a
recording
van.
Yeah.
And we would go in there
my
and write the
God.
songs and record the songs, and then we would film our scenes as well.
It's Bob
That's
Spires.
it, Bob Spires.
Because he's from AbFab, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
And
He's
you've been
gonna
on
kill me 'cause
AbFab.
I've done AbFab.
Yeah, but it's all right, darling.
Yeah, you have an arc. You play yourself on it, but you
I do.
play a mean girl on AbFab.
I'm not too mean. What it is because
She's got a backstory.
Yes, I have. Because I am Safi's friend,
Yes.
obviously,
Yeah.
Adina's daughter, I stick up for Safi a lot
Yes.
because poor Safi
I
goes
know.
through hell with her mother.
Yeah.
And so I tend to be, her kind
To
of
look up for,
voice.
because don't you at one point get to slap Safi's friend, the one who gets slapped all the time?
yeah, I slap her.
What's her
and,
name?
She is in the show.
Yes, I
I
don't
know
know.
you're looking at me. Everybody's
I'm looking
like,
at you
I'm
for it.
fucking
No, I don't mean.
shit.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
She
but
wasn't in the film. This is why, because I did a piece on the film, but she wasn't in the film.
In the
friend.
AbFab
In
film.
AbFab, yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you at one point.
But she
it's
was-
the running gag is that Safi's Asian friend who
I
gets.
love her.
I love her. She gets very, very excited, and eventually, someone in the scene gets to slap
Slap her, and I got that part.
I'll look it up.
In one of them.
Safi's Asian friend.
Yeah, I don't remember what her name is because Adina calls her something else different
Well, of
every
course,
single
something
time.
Doesn't
yeah.
she? I think that's why I.
Yeah.
I'm going to
yeah.
look that up, but while we do, discuss the fact that Paul Hardcastle is the one who did the music for Spice World.
You're kidding. Part 19?
Well, because he's obviously he was with 19, so.
Oh, wait a
yes.
minute. Okay, his big song is called 19.
Yes,
19.
no, 19. And that's why Simon Fuller called his company 19, because he looked after Paul Hardcastle and they, worked on that song
I
together.
had no idea.
Yeah, so
no
incredible.
idea. So, being a radio DJ, did you get to choose the music, or is it already
You
pre-programmed?
know the answer to that.
I know the answer to that, but if you were going to choose the music,
There you go.
I mean, how much Stock Aitken Waterman and Kylie Minogue do you play? Is really what I want to know.
Not too much of
Why
that.
not?
Well, because we do play some Kylie, and actually we have incredible. We do incredible work to look at the music, obviously, and see what works for our listeners.
Yeah.
But I definitely, if there's something that I feel strongly about, if
Yeah.
I want to play a new song, or if I feel like we're playing an old song too much, or
Right.
then I definitely have a say in that. It's been incredible to work with Heart and everyone at Global, because they are, again, like a family, and I like to work in a team situation. So if I can't have that say, then I wouldn't feel comfortable, I think.
Right,
So,
right. You said
yeah.
you love working with her. Is that what you just said?
No, with Global. Sorry,
Oh.
so with Heart.
Oh,
Heart is
Heart.
my station, and
Yes.
Global own Heart station.
I
yeah.
see.
Her friend's name was Sarah.
Sarah. Oh, was it?
Sarah.
Sarah?
That
and
doesn't
she
sound-
would call her Titty Caca.
Titty
Titty Caca!
But her name
Yes.
was Sarah, you guys.
That's it.
Y'all
Titty
knew Titty Caca. not
We
her
knew
name.
Titty Caca. I was thinking, is that right?
Titty
Yes.
Caca.
Now, when you film AmFab, is there an audience there?
There is when we did the series,
Yeah.
yes. And I love the way Jennifer Saunders writes.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Because
So's Dawn Friend.
she's very off the cuff.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes we will come in for a script meeting and she'll be like, I haven't written the script yet. And we're like,
my God.
oh my goodness. So she's, again, very creative
Yeah.
and very off the cuff. And I love that about her. And she's very spontaneous.
Yeah.
And so that's brilliant. So yeah, in the series, we had an audience, obviously with the film. Being part of the film was very special. And she told me about it years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she was writing it and she said, right, I'm writing you into the film. And I was like, oh, I love you for that.
How brilliant.
And yeah, became part of the film as well.
Oh
So
my goodness.
quite incredible.
At what point did you realize that you really dig acting? Was it during the filming of Spice World?
Oh my goodness, no. I started acting before singing, really. I was at a theatre school in London and I fell in love with acting, loved drama, and just went for auditions from a very young age. So it was something that I did on a daily basis and didn't get any of them.
Right.
But the experience was great.
Sure. You spent a lot of time here in LA, obviously shooting boy band. What's your LA experience like? Do you have a house here? Do you dig LA?
I love LA, and I do have a house here. I wanted to come over. Yeah. I wanted to come over and bring my children here and have the time here. So, we've just been living here. It feels
How many
really
children do you
special.
have?
2 boys.
2 boys. How old are they?
I've got 2 boys. I've got a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Do they possess talent? Or are you going to push them into the business?
I'm going to see. Do you know what? I love watching their growth, watching kind of them intrigued by things. Yeah. So my eldest is very sporty. He's just good at football. He's good at he's just won long jump in his class,
track and field.
Yeah, track and field, and he's that sporty. Whereas my youngest is all about music and dancing and dressing up and just being fabulous. And he's just a fan of music. So he teaches me quite a lot. He kind of knows more about all the new music. And so he's been one. Yeah, they're both very special and they've got lovely characters. And do
you ever fear that you fall in love with them too much?
That's Ruth's biggest fear.
I would fear that I would lose myself because I'd fall in love with them too much. I'd be blinded. I couldn't be able to say, listen, kiddo, you got to do this and you got to do that.
They do become your absolute priority, but I think you also have to kind of have a discipline with them as well, because it's that moment where you go, actually they are pushing their boundaries. They want me to have want to have rules. I think everyone does in some ways.
You're right.
Because you just want to feel like you're being protected, and as a mum, that's but then I just smother them with cuddles and kisses. The one thing for me growing up, lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with my mum and dad and my brother, and we really didn't have the money, so it was all about the love that I got from my parents, and that's the one thing. My kids, it's the most important thing that they could have is our love and affection.
It's all they need, really.
Absolutely. Well, it's all they need.
They do, and of course you're right. Kids do want boundaries. They don't know they want boundaries. They can't articulate that, but they do want to know where their placement is in the world. Yeah, and it's
I think cared for as well. Like somebody said to me, their daughter wanted to go out, and they said, come home when you feel it's right to come home. And
absolutely not.
I was like, that is not, because I know that I want to feel cared for. Sure. I want to know that you're bothered about what time I'm coming home, not, it doesn't matter, So that's, they're just adorable boys, and it's just great to see them kind of growing, even though I still wish they were little babies.
I know.
Is the baby train done?
I'm not sure, because my partner would love to have more children. And I think possibly one more would be nice. But I'm 41, so I'm kind of
which
is
is
good. Yes, but it's a good. It's still young enough.
Yeah. Also, you have more patience now. I find, like, if I were to have a kid at my age, I have more patience now. Although you'd think it wears thinner when you get older, it doesn't, because you understand life more.
Well, that's what they say. I think it's in the book Conversations with God, where the God character explains that children were meant to be had by young people, but then handed over to the elders to raise.
Makes sense.
Because
we lived the life.
Yeah. Now we have a little bit of time left, but I want to ask you about your favorite Spice Girls songs. Now, I became aware of the Spice Girls. I think I was over in the UK at one point, and I saw the video for "Say You'll Be There." I saw that before Wannabe.
Wow,
yes, I did.
Okay.
And I thought, oh my God,
so excited.
I have a soft spot for that song. Say You'll Be There, obviously Wannabe, and Too Much is another, and To Become One are my favorite songs. Do you have favorite Spice Girl songs?
It's hard because again, writing them, they all mean something to me.
They're like your children.
They are, but I'm with you. So Say You'll Be There is one of my favorites.
It's such a hot
It's
song.
just such a cool song. The video I loved. I
so
loved
hot.
filming.
Where was that? Is that in the desert?
Yes,
is that Death
it was.
Valley here?
Absolutely.
In LA?
That
That's
video.
exactly where it was. I was, because I'm so blonde, and we were obviously doing so many scenes. I passed out.
You did. You passed out.
Passed out in the
course.
video, so
Yeah.
that was quite difficult. But Say You'll Be There, I love. To Become One is my baby. It's like, I love singing that. Just this connection that I have with that song that is like
It's
no
such
other.
a great song. Is that a Richard
Beautiful.
Stannard also?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You know which
Amazing.
seduction songs I love most? None of them. Carry on.
What?
She's lying. She's just saying that for a punchline.
You love that.
I love Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh my goodness. So listen, it's been great talking to you.
It's been lovely speaking to you too. Guys. It's so nice being here that I'm having the best time.
Good,
You
good.
both are gorgeous.
Oh,
Go
oh
on.
my God.
Gorgeous.
You know, we get to do this during our lunch break. I think our audience knows what we're doing, you know.
I'm not fooling anyone,
This
Ru.
will come out, obviously, when the show airs, so people
Good,
know
okay.
that we're not giving anything away
No,
here.
no.
No,
But
we
you're
can't.
you're a wonderful judge too. You know, you have the compassion, you have the constructive criticism, but you also pair it with praise and love.
I think it's really important because obviously I want, I'm in this situation, being through the Spice Girls,
Sure.
having all that experience, that I want to be constructive.
Yeah.
But also, that everyone has an amazing talent. Since
Yeah.
I've been out here, especially working on boy band as well, these young guys, I've never seen talent like it.
Wow.
And they are, they've got so much potential. And there's little tweaks, some of them haven't got that stage presence. So I want them to connect with me in some way, so there's just little things, but I want them to give them support as well. I want them to be confident because when I'm more confident, I'm better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want to give them that as well.
That's an interesting point. Before we go, I just want to ask, when the Spice Girls hit all those years ago, you became fodder for all of the tabloids overnight. Did your management set you up with a therapist or sort of a media consultant to help you emotionally deal with so much attention on you?
Again, we didn't have that. And a lot of people say, oh, did you have media training? I don't remember that. I just remember it all happening very fast. But again, because we had each other, we talked to each other about things and we would cry with each other about things. And actually, that's the best support you could ever have because they were like, forget it, I'm going through that as well. They knew exactly how you felt. Again, my family, my mother is just brilliant. She's like, sweetheart, come home and just be with me and give me a cuddle. And so all of that normality was going on behind the scenes, and that's exactly what we needed. So even though we would say we were in the eye of the storm, really, so the storm was kind of happening around us,
Yes.
but actually in the center, it was pretty calm.
I love it. I love. Well, you handle yourself with such poise and such
Bless you.
beauty.
Thank you.
And
That's so
the
sweet.
Spice Girls forever.
Forever. Rock.
Thank you, Emma Bunton.
Thank you so much. Thank you
And
for having
we're
me.
going to look for you, obviously, on Drag Race and, of course, on Boy Band.
Yes, please
Thank you.
do. Thank you.
All right. Today Tix is the easiest way to buy last-minute Broadway and theater tickets at the best prices. I can't tell you how much I love this app and how many times I use it. I am now out and proud a theater queen.
A theater queen.
Yes, and every time I have any time in New York or here in Los Angeles, or even I've used it in San Francisco too, I will check my Today Tix app, even if it's the day I want to see a show. Sometimes it's just an hour before.
Yep.
I get tickets available, and they are waiting out there for me, and I get my tickets, and they're always great, great seats. I cannot tell you how happy I am to be living in the 21st century where, in a century where Today Tix is available to me.
Yeah, I love that. And I use it a lot in London as well.
Oh.
We got to see fantastic musical called Everybody's Talking About Jamie.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Oh, and the lead kid is adorable, and it's such a feel-good musical, and it's about a boy who's following his dream to be a drag queen. But there's so many great shows going on over there, like 42nd Street I got to see with
Sheena Easton?
And I got to talk to her and sing Morning Train to her. Although she was,
which I'm sure she enjoyed.
She just loved it. I had a gripping audience of myself.
Yeah.
Barnum's over there. There's so many great musicals that are going on and plays. It's not just musicals.
Yeah.
And you and I tend to go for the musicals. Although you did go see the John Lithgow.
I saw the John Lithgow thing using Today Ticks there too. It's just wonderful for everybody. And also, if you were around before there was a Today Ticks, it was so awful having to call up those old timey ticket places.
Yes.
I'm not going to name any names.
No.
It was murder.
Or even wait in line for hours. My mother used to do.
Oh my goodness!
At that old stand that's still there.
Yes.
Why would you even bother when you have an app like Today Ticks? It's the easiest way to buy those last minute tickets, whether it's Broadway or anywhere else in those cities that we mentioned. 80 musicals, comedies, dramas, and that's just in New York alone. Today Ticks gives you access to insider deals, exclusive offers, and you can get tickets up to 50% off in just a few taps. And they never sell obstructed views, you guys. Today Ticks would like to offer you $20 off your first purchase with the offer code RU. $20 off. So download the Today Ticks app for free on iOS and Android. That's Today TIX, or visit todaytix.com to see what's playing this week and treat yourself to a show like we do. TodayTix.com, offer code RU.
Okay, you're asking me, Michelle.
Off the mic, I asked you.
You asked me about the movie The Room. Had I ever seen it? I'm like, bitch, I live in The Room.
Okay, not Room.
I have rented The Room. Not only do I rent The Room, I own The Room.
We're going to make this shit straight right here, right now.
For years I've had that movie.
Okay, stop it.
Yeah.
Number one, not to be confused with Room, the Oscar-winning thing.
People know. Doesn't everybody know?
No. So my daughter invited me to go see a live midnight showing, not unlike Rocky Horror, of The Room.
Yeah, where did they do that?
The ArcLight or something like that.
Here in town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is The Room, Lily? What? What, Lily, what's The Room? You don't know what The Room is? No, obviously, that's why I'm asking you. Mom sits down in front of a computer, watches, Rue, first of all, you're supposed to be my best friend. You've never told me about The Room.
I just assumed you knew about The Room.
That's first of all. We're just going to put a pin in that. Second of all, why I haven't said, you're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Yeah,
why haven't I quoted this? Hi, Denny. Why?
No, I thought I've said to you many times, I did not hit her. I did not.
Never.
Oh, hi, Mark. No. I thought I've said that to you. I could have sworn I've said that to you.
You've never said it to me. I would have asked you what the fuck was wrong with you.
I did not hit her.
Oh my God. Oh, hi, Mark. I cannot. Disaster Artist is about the making of The Room.
Yes.
But I didn't even see that. Let's just take
James
that.
Franco movie,
Yes.
Disaster Artist, is about the making
Seth
of The
Rogen.
Room.
Let's just take that out of the equation.
Okay, all right.
Let's just talk about The Room for a minute.
Okay.
It is quite possibly the most exciting piece of cinematography since Showgirls.
Yes. Yes, you're right. That's saying
have
a lot.
never seen anything so fulfilling.
Yeah.
On every level.
Every level. It's all there.
The sex scenes.
Yep.
The sounds that are dubbed into the sex scenes.
Oh, yeah.
The ending, which we won't spoil.
And then just Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau, yeah.
Just him into the hair. The hair.
The hair.
The green screen. Everything is green screened.
Everything
up
on the
roof.
roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Denny.
Makes
no sense.
Why are you crying, Denny?
Why are you here, Denny?
Yeah. And then the mother. Yes.
The mother.
Oh my God. Have you seen her lately?
No.
She talks about her plastic surgery, but she doesn't
so we
have
love
to.
her.
She doesn't have to talk about it.
It talks for itself.
Because it speaks for itself. Because of the Disaster Artist, they went and revisited. Actually, she's online. There is a thing online where they went, maybe, I don't know, one of those websites, went and they talked to all these people.
Where are they now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Carolyn Minute.
She, in the first 2 seconds of her interview, says, they say, well, what's new? And they said,
for starters, her earlobes are now on her chin.
Yes.
It's glamorous.
Yes. Amazing.
Oh, she's fabulous.
Yeah. What's her name?
Carolyn Minute. Minnott. Minott.
Yeah.
Minute.
Yeah. The fact that she hasn't been cast in everything since I first became aware of The Room in 2003 because up on Highland or up on La Brea here in Los Angeles, there was a billboard above the Sizzler on Highland that had
The Room?
that advertised his movie.
So
and it was
apparently
there for years.
He funded the whole thing himself.
He's funding the whole thing, but this billboard was there for years and years, advertising this movie called The Room. And then when I started working with Lucian, he said, come with me to see a midnight showing at Sunset 5.
Oh,
And-
so you knew they... Rue!
Yeah.
You've known that they did these midnight...
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, and Tommy was there. Tommy Wiseau was there, and he gave me a little bobblehead of himself.
You met
and
Tommy
signed it.
Wiseau?
Yes, I certainly did.
Okay, now we have to get him as a judge on Drag Race.
Uh-huh.
Because now we have to.
Yeah. No, that's a great idea.
Gregory Sestero
He wrote the book, The Disaster Artist.
Yes, what?
And
How
once,
did I not know
and
this?
once I tweeted...
By the way, so fine.
So fine.
Yeah.
Once I tweeted, I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I once tweeted that, and Greg Sestero wrote me back and said, you know about our movie. I'm like, bitch, are you crazy? I live for this movie.
I don't even have the words. It should have won every award.
Yeah. And then she's being facetious here because it's absolutely terrible.
The worst movie ever made. In the best way
possible. The acting. The woman who plays the lead, Lisa, she kind of looks like the first, on Roseanne, the first
She
Darlene.
looks like Becky. I said
Darlene
that,
or Becky?
Becky.
Becky, yes.
The whole time. Who's Sarah Chalk? No, not Sarah Chalke. Lacey Garanson. I watched the movie and I was like, that's Lacey Garanson she wasn't a great actress.
Right.
And her name is Juliette Danielle. Uh-huh. But honestly, what she had to work with wasn't the best in script.
Right.
But it is, Rue, maybe we can reenact some scenes on Drag Race.
That would be great. But I don't remember where is the room? I'd never see in the plot of the movie. I don't remember a room.
It's got nothing to do with a room.
Yeah.
At all.
None. Zero.
But
Brilliant.
that's what makes it even better.
I own it on DVD.
Well, of course you flippin' do.
Yeah.
You can watch the whole thing on YouTube
Yes.
from beginning to end. But the thing about it is, not only is there not a room, there's a roof. Should have been called The Roof.
It should be called The Roof.
Maybe the sequel can be The Roof.
That's a great idea. Maybe we should do on Drag Race a movie called The Roof.
I would 100% give of myself to
Your acting abilities.
My acting abilities to do whatever you want with me in some kind of reincarnation or a sequel.
I think you should play Tommy Wiseau.
I would do it.
I think
I have the right
straight. You have the same right color hair,
right body type.
Yeah.
I have to tell you though, James Franco's accent is so spot on.
I haven't seen it.
I only saw him on one of the Kimmels or one of them and Tommy came on. It didn't take his glasses off the whole time.
The whole time, right.
Same hair.
Yep.
Same Affliction t-shirt attire. Wannabe Chrome Hearts.
Yeah.
And it's the first time that he admitted that he's not from the United States. He keeps telling people his accent is from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Or Louisiana. And it's like,
But
no,
he's
it's
Eastern
like
European?
Poland or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But James Franco, whoever thinks he's not a great actor, when he owns this body of Tommy Wiseau, he is 100% there.
So you've seen the
No,
you haven't seen
but he
The
was doing the
Disaster.
accent on the show, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to see The Disaster
Yeah, me
Artist,"
too, me
because
too.
now I know.
Yeah.
But my daughter's really and Lily's really into it.
How did she find out? Because it's their generation's Rocky Horror Picture Show.
It is. She loves Rocky Horror, and I think she must have found out through it that way. I don't know, because she's the one who told me about it. But she's the one who told me about Be More Chill, which is a musical that the kids like that our generation wouldn't know about.
I've never heard of Be More Chill.
That's what I mean. These things, and Be More Chill is amazing. And as far as it got was Red Bank, New Jersey. But it's got a cult following, and it is so good, and the songs are so good. And I don't know why it's never been done.
Right.
But the thing is, the kids know a lot about stuff that we don't.
Sure.
So it doesn't surprise me. And it's a 10-year anniversary. It's not even
Of
that.
Be More Chill.
Of
Or no,
2013, 2018, 15 years old.
Oh, The Room.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
No, it's
It looks like it's shot in 1987.
Yeah. No, I became aware of it in 2003, and
Who told you about it?
well, first I saw this billboard, and it was it's a
That was the first time you ever...
yes, heard of it, and I thought, that is the worst billboard. Why is it still there years later?
Is it what I think it would be?
Yeah. It is
Actually,
exactly.
let me Google that.
No, it's just a picture of a big picture of Tommy's face looking at the camera, and he's got a weathered face, and you think,
Yes.
what's the purpose of this man?
I found
The Room. You found it.
I found the billboard.
Yeah, And it was there for years. Did they say why it was there for
The
years?
Room.movie
Does it
was
say?
the advertising. No, it doesn't say why it's that billboard, right?
Yes, that's it. Mm-hmm.
And he's looking directly. He has short hair there.
Yeah, it looks like a
porn
acting.
Headshot
Yeah.
or a bad porn.
All of the above. And then I knew of it. I didn't know about it, but I also knew that it had been, that's the one I saw. That one.
The other one was something else.
I knew that it was still playing at Sunset 5 because I used to go to that Virgin Megastore like twice a week and just hang out there because it would be open till midnight, that Virgin Megastore, and I would just hang out in there, look through the bins and all that stuff. Anyway,
the number that was on the billboard was Tommy Wiseau's personal phone number.
Oh, really? Uh-huh. I wonder if he still has it. That number.
I wonder. They said they once worked out that renting that billboard for that long, for like you're talking about how years it was up there, must have cost him $300,000.
You're kidding me, right?
Out of his pocket.
I was thinking though that it had to do with an uncle who had an advertising company or something.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So you saw it? You went to this midnight movie?
I didn't go. She ended up going with friends.
And you saw it online?
I saw it on YouTube, and I kept pausing it because I had to soak in everything that I was experiencing. And no, my husband was like, "What the fuck are you watching?" He couldn't appreciate the genius that I was like. You watch a scene and then you stop and you're like,
yeah.
Okay, I need to just.
Denny's crying scene where he's.
We just starts crying out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then
why are you crying, Denny?
Yes, and then actually the woman with facelift
the mother.
Yeah. She doesn't have the facelift in the movie, but she has a scene that she keeps hitting the same notes. That's really interesting. You know, it's funny. It's interesting. Bad acting. You know, I read. My friend Phoebe gave me this book called Truth by Susan Badler, I think. Okay. And I'm trying to get back into how to get those emotions up. And
is it better than the Ivana Chubbuck?
No, I studied with Ivana Chubbuck. Right. I've never met Susan Badler.
Have you read Ivana's book?
I never read. I may have bought it, but I don't think
it's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I should.
It's really good.
I wonder if I can get it online.
But the Truth one, I want to look into too. You know when Denny says, "I just like to watch you guys."
Yes.
And they said, "Why are you there?"
Yes.
I just like to watch you guys.
And okay, that just disappear at one point.
Just disappears.
Yeah.
Then pops in.
Let's see, Susan Badler. I have it on. Oh, I have it on.
I wish I knew about it sooner. Well,
you found it, and now
Susan Badler, Bandler maybe?
No, it's let's see. Let me go back to the.
It's called Truth?
Yeah. Put personal. Let me see.
This is what we're doing here.
Yeah, we're looking up.
Is it acting?
Yes.
Acting.
How do I get back to
Truth? Personas, needs, and flaws in the art of building actors.
Yes.
Susan Giosa?
No. Badler.
Okay.
How can I get to the front? Okay, I'm on.
Susan Batson.
That's it. Yeah.
Susan Batson. It's called Truth, Personas, Needs, and Flaws in the Art of Building Actors and Creating Characters. Oh, this sounds great. Introduction by Nicole Kidman.
Yes.
Nicole?
Nikki Kidman.
Right. By the way, Big Little Lies coming back for
with Meryl Streep.
Yeah, but the thing is, I remember tweeting.
Who are they going to beat up now?
Well, he's dead. Oh, spoiler alert. But here's the thing. I got so much shit on Twitter. Twitter's becoming a really hateful place. Like, not even fun anymore. It makes me sad. But
you got shit for what?
I got shit for saying, you can't end here. This is such a brilliant production. I need more. I personally do not feel fulfilled. Mm-hmm. I'm happy, but I need more. And everybody's like, that's not what the author intended. It's a book. Shut up. Sometimes you got to be grateful for what you have. It's not meant to be more. I'm like, okay, calm down. I'm just telling you that the cast, Laura Dern is one of my favorite actors on the planet. Yeah. It was just such a brilliant cast. And then it was ripped away from me like that. Mm-hmm. And what happens? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I predict the future?
You certainly did.
It's coming back.
Yes. I did not hit her.
I did not hit her. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Rue, it is so good. I think the moral of this little speech that we're talking about is if you've not seen The Room, please watch it, then tweet us, email us, RuPaulPodcast@gmail.com. Tell us how it changed your life.
Yeah.
Walk us through it, please.
It is an acquired taste, though. Most people don't really appreciate bad cinema.
No, but it's so bad it's good.
It's so bad it's good.
Honest to God, I would not. I like bad stuff. Obviously, we both like bad stuff. But if it's bad, like there's some movie that it's like, was it good bad or bad bad? And like just bad.
Yeah.
This is the best bad.
It's the best bad you could ever find.
I don't think there's a gem that could top it.
No, actually, no, there isn't. There is no gem that could top it. I'm trying to think. No, this is it.
There you go. Yeah. There you have it.
So, we got a little bit more time here.
We do?
Yeah, just a hot second before we say goodbye. But we've got a break. I'm
this
reading.
Is fun when we're trying to read like lips.
Yeah, I'm reading sign language. Actually, we just have a break. Let's go to a break now, and we'll come back with a little bit more. Hey, sis, Squarespace, they have revolutionized the whole website game. Everybody needs a website.
And that's what Squarespace is all about. They make websites, and making a website with them has never been easier.
It is the easiest thing you can do. Listen, just go there, and you'll find what you're looking for. You'll find the template that you like.
Yes.
You'll find everything that expresses who you are. In fact, a lot of our listeners will make their websites through Squarespace. Not only if you're an artist, but if you're a business person, if you are self-employed, this is the best way for you to get yourself out there and for people to find you.
Yeah, get a free trial with no credit card required just by going to squarespace.com. And when you're blown away like we are and you're ready to confirm that plan, which we know you will be, use the offer code RU to get your 10% off. You'll be getting a fantastic deal and helping to keep What's the Tea free. So thanks again to our friends at Squarespace. They've been there for day one. Keep sending your websites to RuPaulPodcast@gmail.com, Squarespace.com, offer code RU.
We are back. Michelle, now you've been away for a long time.
I have. Well, we were just talking about, and this is a sidebar of where you're going, but we're just talking about lip reading, and I was filming a commercial. We did for Ireland's Got Talent. We did
it's a great commercial.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
We did the opening scene of Baby Driver in our, we're robbing a talent bank in our little adaptation of it, our little redo of it. And there was a woman, a deaf woman, who was on set with us, and my limited one course of ASL, I said this to my daughter. I was like, I couldn't remember much. And she's like, Mom, that's ASL. And I go, yeah. She's like, American Sign Language? And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about it. They have different sign languages for different languages, even dialects. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, I could speak as quickly as I'm speaking to you right now. She got every word that I was saying. It was iconic.
Wow.
She could read lips like nobody's business. And that is so amazing.
Yeah.
What a freaking talent. But yes, I've been over there.
Especially with being an American, when I've seen...
Yes, and our accent, our mouths move differently.
When I've seen Latin queens lip sync American songs, I see them lip syncing with an accent.
Correct.
I can see them lip syncing with an accent.
So maybe she knew, since I was American, that I'm going to place my mouth differently, and she can hear it in her way with my accent.
You think, I've said this many times, when you think about being a parent, and you think about what you can arm your kids with or get them prepared for the world, I think the greatest things you could do for them is first teach them how to love themselves and process information. Second, teach them how to swim. Third, teach them a friggin' language other than their own.
But that number 2 is so important.
What, the swimming?
Yes.
Yes.
So important. I'm not kidding. I made my kids they hated it when I made them take classes. But then when we got a pool, I knew that they were safe.
Yeah.
When we lived in Florida. Yeah. But I made them take swimming lessons when we lived in New Jersey.
Those are just the basics. But most people, they just plop these kids out and they don't know. The kids have nothing to offer. They don't even know how to speak English.
Nope.
English,
It's so important. I'm not kidding. Learning a second language is so important. The immersion. Lily's almost nearly fluent in Spanish. She's going to go do a semester abroad, is what she wants to do first and foremost.
Really?
Yeah. She wants to go to a Spanish-speaking country, probably.
Oh my God, that would be so great
Spain,
for her.
maybe Madrid. I love Barcelona, but I love Madrid.
Yeah.
I think Madrid is more her than Barcelona.
You know what's good is the Canary Islands.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Gran Canaria.
Great.
Yeah, gorgeous.
I've been all over Spain, I think. I've been to Sevilla. Mm-hmm. And
have you been to Benidorm?
No.
Benidorm is my favorite British TV show. It's a sitcom. Joan Collins has a little part on it. But it takes place at this place called the Solana, this like sandals, all-inclusive resort.
Yeah.
Everybody's from the north of England over there. Mm-hmm. It is the funniest show I've ever seen in my life. Allegedly, they're redoing it here. I told my agents I went in on that. It's so freaking funny. But the point is, it's
and
in
the
Spain.
the premise is that it's a resort,
All inclusive.
like sandals.
Correct. So these families come, and you follow the family's non-sensory. You know, they go crazy.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. And the point is, that's where I want to go in Spain.
Okay.
There's Madrid, there's Barcelona, there's wherever
Canary Islands.
There's the Canary Islands.
With start with an M, Mallorca.
Mallorca.
Yes.
Then there's the place that everybody goes, like, it's like the new hotspot, Ibiza. And then there's Alicante, which is up where the Solana is in Benidorm.
Okay.
So good. I don't know how we get to... Oh, Spanish speaking.
Yeah.
Teaching your kids another language is the best gift that you can give your kids.
It really is.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And she's really good at it, and Lola's really good at it. I learned street Spanish in New York City from my Puerto Rican house mother and father and the Magnifiques. So the first things I learned were really bad curses. And
the house was called the Magnifiques?
House of Magnifique.
How did I not know that? I thought you were part of another house.
Magnifique.
Oh,
No.
Magnifique. And
Magnifique.
they're not around anymore.
I don't know.
Yeah, because now there are all these other...
There's so many different
So many
Revlon
different houses.
Omnis.
Yeah.
You know, all these hyphen names. And
I thought of you last week. We were going up 8th Avenue, and I saw that Rainbows, the store, is still at 41st and 8th Avenue. You know, the store
Rainbows is still around?
Still there.
Rainbow shops?
Yeah.
I know Strawberry. Is Strawberry gone? Joyce Leslie's gone.
Is it?
Joyce Leslie's gone.
Okay, yeah.
They went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because that was my favorite store of all time. But then there's Rainbow shops, and then there's Have you shop Strawberry today?
I don't know if Strawberry's still... I have a feeling it is, but I don't know. But I was surprised to see that Rainbow shops are still there.
Wow. I think Strawberry's closed.
Oh, it did?
I think so. And maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I think so. It's a shame that all those stores are gone.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, that's the way of the world. You know, make room for something new. You know, but they do hold a real sweet spot in our hearts when you think about all that cheap ass clothing.
That great Joyce Leslie that was across from Pat Fields.
Yeah.
It was 2 floors. That was the best.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I had a show or somewhere to go or I was walking in a ball, I knew that I can make something from Joyce Leslie look like it came from Pat Fields.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
At least in your mind.
Well, in my mind. It worked anyway. Sometimes that's all you need is for yourself to be cool.
I walked past there last week and I was thinking, you know, those were the days, you know.
How was doing Colbert? Did you have fun?
Oh, it's fun. We have a great chemistry together.
You were off the chains. You were so crazy.
He's funny. He makes me crazy, you know. He makes me feel comfortable enough to just be myself.
And you are.
You know, and you know, I've done so many shows over the years, and that's not always the case with especially late night guys, because they're guys, and they don't know what to talk about with some queen or some gay person, you know, and especially a gay man. They don't know what to talk. So I was never on Letterman. I've never been on The Tonight Show. Never been on all of those shows.
That amazes me that The Tonight Show, like Jimmy Kimmel, the other one, Fallon. Why haven't you, do you think, been on those shows?
I think because they really don't know what to talk about with me. I think
they can talk about something with Cardi B. They can figure out what to talk to you about.
Well, I think it's easy with Cardi B because they don't have to go. They don't have to talk about
sexuality
and
things.
And I think that makes them feel uncomfortable. You know. So
me think if you have such a problem with it, what's the saying? Thou doth protest too much.
Yes.
I mean, come on. It's not that difficult. You have done so much great in this world. Oprah had no problem talking to you about it. I know it's a woman, but she's a deep woman, and she had no problem getting there with you.
Yeah, but those other hosts aren't like that, you know. The Stephen Colbert is kooky, and we meet at kooky and goofy.
Right.
That intersection.
But I feel like Kimmel has that, not Fallon. But I feel like Jimmy Kimmel and Conan's a dork too. I feel like they have the ability.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's always going to be that, oh, this is a gay person coming on the show instead of just a talent.
Right. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really care.
I know you don't.
Yeah, but you know, We had fun. We had
Oh
a
my
great
God, you were
time.
so goofy. I loved it.
So you were here in America then?
I was here in America, and I got a chance to watch it. And then I go back and forth to Ireland, and it's been such great fun.
It's cold there when you're there, isn't it?
It's cold there right now.
How far do you live from the studio?
Really close. And I have a car right there, just takes us to it. And they'll get like a big like penthouse suite where I can get ready and
great.
do everything there in the hotel.
Yeah.
And then just jump in the car and go.
And so how different is it being a judge on that show from being a judge on Drag Race?
You know what? That's a great question. It's very different to me because, okay, on RuPaul's Drag Race, I'm judging a challenge and I'm judging drag from every aspects of it, from the tip to the toes, the performance, everything. On Ireland's Got Talent, there's all sorts of different things that I'm never going to do, like playing the spoons.
Right.
Things like
juggling. And...
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, so I'm only going to tell you what it looks like. So I think I can be a little more, not understanding, a little softer with those people because I cannot speak from experience. What I can speak from is I know what it's like to be up on that stage auditioning for people.
Sure, yeah.
And I can tell you sometimes it just takes a person to believe in you, and sometimes it takes a person for you to tell you this is not your lot in life.
Right.
So I'm kind of playing it that way. I think if somebody is really freaking bad, stop wasting my time. This is really ridiculous. But if there's potential, I'm going to tell them this isn't right now, but there's something there.
You know what I love when Ross Matthews gives a critique, and it's going to be a bad critique, but he starts by saying, hey, you know what? I am your biggest fan. If you do a show,
I'm going to buy
in
a
the
ticket.
front row.
Yeah.
I am there. But tonight was not your night.
They'll go in hard. If you do a show, I'm buying 10 tickets for me and my friends. Yeah?
Yes,
They'll
yeah.
go, yeah?
Yeah.
But tonight that sucked.
That's
love
part
it.
of his brilliance.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he knows how to do it. Yeah, Ross is fantastic. So now you are going back to Ireland to do more.
Finals. Going to do the finals, the semifinals.
So what you've done so far, has it aired on television yet?
It's airing as we speak.
As we speak, right.
It's on Saturday nights on TV3 in Dublin, in the Republic of Ireland. Not in Dublin, in the whole Republic of Ireland. And it's doing unbelievably well because of the people. Because the people are supporting their people. And it's unbelievable to
Is
see
it
the
the
love.
first time they've had an Ireland's Got Talent?
First time, first season
Okay.
ever, Ireland's Got Talent. They started doing Irish Dancing with the Stars last year, and it was a big hit for them. And I think they thought, what can go up against this? And the only thing really to go up against it will be a Got Talent. And this is the franchise that brings you America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, Asia's Got Talent. And here they are now with Ireland's Got Talent. And it's really, really amazing. The people have shown up with such great talent. And it excites me because there's so many different things. It's not just one thing.
Right, because I've never seen I've never seen the show before. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's
Ironically, there's no American judge.
on the American one?
There's Simon Cowell, there's Mel B, there's Heidi Klum, and there's Howie Mandel, who's a Canadian.
Oh, wow. Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Howard Stern left, and since he left, there's no American. Interesting.
That is interesting.
So with that said, it's just as glossy. And look, Ireland's got 5 million people in it, you know? It's very different to the UK that has 65 million people.
Right.
But it's just as glossy, just as showy, and just as beautiful. And what great talent. And what I love about Ireland, I call Ireland the New Jersey of the EU because they tell it like it is. They don't give a shit. They're fun, they're funny,
Yeah.
and they are down for a good time. And I love that about Irish people. They are so fun.
So tell me about your hair and makeup people, and who does your clothes?
Art
You mean Art? Wait a minute.
Art Khan, my stylist from Drag Race, your friend that you
he goes over there
found
to do
for
it?
me. Nope. He does it all here. He tells me this is going to go with this. We'll take pictures of what goes together. This is what you're going to wear. I did go rogue on one outfit, but he loved it. I checked with him first. My hair and makeup people I used before for some appearances over there. The hair guy did my hair. Craig Marsden, his name is. He did my hair when I went into the Big Brother house. And Heidi North does Little Mix, and she did my makeup for some stuff over in London before. So that's my team. And Adam Burrell is another Little Mix makeup artist. That's how I found Heidi, through him. He's doing my makeup for the live shows.
Okay.
It's an amazing team. They're phenomenal, and I wouldn't do anything else.
How long were you away? How long have you been away doing that?
Only a week to do the audition process, just over a week. And then the commercial was just one day. It took the entire day. We rented out a car park and did the whole thing in a day. Freezing. And then the finals is going to be, semifinals to finals, going to be just a week again. It takes 2 weeks to film that show.
I did not know that.
Nothing. It's really quick.
Yeah.
But it's so fun to see the love of your country. Like right now, we are proud to be Americans, but it's difficult with the regime. With Irish people, they love being Irish, and they're so happy to bring that show back to their country. Meaning, there's a lot of Irish people that go over to the Britain's Got Talent one because they don't have an Ireland's Got Talent. Yes, it's a bigger platform.
What do you win if you how do
50,000 euros and your own 1 hour special for television. So think of how great it is to showcase your talent, because with an hour special, you can do anything with that and you can go anywhere. You can tour that show and make a ton of money that way, and not just in Ireland, but around, all around the world, if so be it,
And you're going to go back when?
March. Go back in mid-March for the semifinals into the finals. And there we have it. And then we'll see what happens with the next seasons.
Well, I hope it gets picked up and, goes more places, and you get to do lots more Got Talents around the world.
Fantastic.
Belgium's Got Talent.
I don't speak that language.
France has got talent.
And France. No, you keep putting me in French places.
Spain has got talent.
I can curse.
Puerto Rico's got talent.
They sure as shit do.
Yes.
I've tried many of them. But Britain's Got Talent, we're really great to have a real boisterous American on there.
Yes.
But even Asia's Got Talent is in English. Did you know that? David Foster is a judge there.
Really?
And Mel C is a judge on Asia's Got Talent. So that does really well.
So we got all the Spice Girls except for Victoria.
She doesn't need to, darling.
She doesn't need to, darling.
She's at Buckingham Palace doing her thing. Her fashion line. She's Victoria Beckham.
Yeah.
Really
all right, darling.
fun.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Join us here, the same place next time.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
That's right. So we'll see you later.
Okay, baby.
Bye.
Bye.
Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
And don't forget to subscribe on
amen?
iTunes.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Amen.